Can I use spray bottles as punishment? Yes, you can, but I don't recommend it. This is a form of punishment, obviously, a positive punishment. You're adding something there, but it's not highly aggressive. It's just kind of, I don't like that. There's a couple of problems here. Number one is I had a client just tell me 2, 3 days ago, my dog likes it when I do it. That's not solving the problem. I have a dog that's the same way. You spray him with any kind of water, he bites at it. He just loves it. It's his favorite thing in the world. So that's obviously counterproductive. If you're not familiar with um, your dog's actions, and there's some subtle ones. You may think he's mad, but he's actually really happy. Sometimes dogs growl when they're happy, so you don't always know. You may be making the problem worse and not even know it. So the second problem there is this. The same thing happens with a correction collar, shock collar, vibration collar, any kind of collar, any kind of device that holds a dog back in any way. What happens is they're going to listen. They're going to listen to you whenever that device is around. You have that spray bottle right there, like, whoa, whoa, whoa. If they don't like it, I'm not going to jump on you. You sprayed me last time. Great. But what happens when you don't have a spray bottle? They jump on you because they just can't contain it. They're so excited when you come home that one day. They jump on you and you're not spraying them. And they're like, well, hey, I didn't get sprayed. I can jump on you. You just retaught them. They've learned that the spray bottle is temporary. So what do we do instead? Use a lot more of removing yourself from the dog when that happens. Let them, let's strike them on the emotional level and let them know that I will not play with you if you're going to jump on me, or I will not give you my attention if you're going to whine all day. Stay away from the squirt bottles. There are some good correction collars out there. We actually use a vibration collar for some barkers. We have an excessive barker, but that alone is a band-aid. It does not solve the problem. It fixes it for now. You have to add in extra training to make sure that the dog understands that when that collar comes off, they're still not supposed to bark. Vibration collars are great. They work very well. But again, once a dog finds out that they can bark and it only vibrates, it doesn't hurt, it freaks them out at first. But when they realize it doesn't hurt, or that punishment no longer works. So if you use one, it needs to be short periods of time, and you need to have the training. If you don't have the training, like I said, give us a call, shoot us a message. So. And I don't think I've said this yet. I'll give you guys our phone number as well, 308-455-0235. That way, if you need to give us a call, if you don't use Facebook regularly or don't type very well, give us a call. We're more than happy to talk to you. If we're not available, please leave us a message. We do call everybody back. Another thing I wanted to talk about along with the spray bottle is just the other types of punishment. There are many forms of punishment out there. We've talked about some. The negative ones, essentially smacking a dog. We don't want to hit the dog. We don't use any sort of abuse. We don't want you using any sort of abuse. Again, we've discussed that, but it's not as effective as rewards. Now, the dog will avoid the punishment, but only, again, when you're going to offer the punishment. They may, avoid, say, the husband, but not the wife, because she doesn't do that punishment. And then that dog may try to get aggressive when that wife tries to do that, or vice versa. It could be anybody. It could be kids and parents, brother, sister, brother, you name it. So the punishments I really want you guys thinking about are attention. That's the biggest punishment you can give your dog. And positive, not positive. It's the biggest form of punishment. It's the most effective form of punishment. Yeah. Thank you, Tiffany. It's one of the things that your dog's going to respond to very well. I guess is what I was trying to say. And how do we do that? You turn away from them. You can only turn away from them so many times before they're jumping all over you. Well, now this is where we would use some sort of confinement, a tie out, a kennel, a baby gate, a bathroom, bedroom, somewhere where you can put them and leave. Now, you don't want the kennel to be the punishment. My dogs, I use the same punishment I'm talking about now with my dogs. And as soon as I open the door to their kennel, they fly down in there. So, including Sassy, in their own kennels. This isn't actually Sassy's kennel. She'll probably do it in this one too, but they don't want to come out. It's their haven. They can be what they want to be there. But I still use it for punishment. How? How do we do that? A lot of you've heard, well, don't use kennels as punishment. We don't want it to be a bad place. What we do is we confine them. We don't confine them and say, hey, the kennel is why you're being punished. How do we differentiate when dogs don't speak? What we do is we remove ourselves from the situation. We put them in. It's not so much about the kennel. It's about confining them and then leaving. You leave until they're quiet and calm, and then you come back in and ask for that behavior again. Now, if the dog is not responding, you leave again. You do it as many times as need be. what happens are two things. One is they're not getting your attention for misbehaving, but two is they're realizing that when they're in the kennel, you're not leaving permanently. You're retraining them that you will come back. You're leaving for 30 seconds. You're leaving for 10 minutes. You're leaving for an hour, whatever it may be. You will come back. So now we're also kennel training on top of punishment. So it's kind of a win-win there. That way the dog learns to love the kennel. They learn, hey, you know what? I can do whatever I want here because my mom will come back. My dad will come back. I will get fed. I will get treats. And something I left out is when you put them into punishment, whether it's the tie out, bathroom, whatever, make sure you pick everything up. There's nothing they can chew on or play with. Punishment shouldn't be fun. It's not about, hey, you didn't respond to me, so here, go play with your toys. No, I don't want that. I want it to be boring. If they're whining, that's a good thing. If they're barking, that's a good thing too, because that tells us they don't like it. You wait them out, usually, anywhere under a minute, and then you can go back in there and reward them. If you come back in when they're barking or whining, you're teaching them that barking and whining gets you to come in. And we'll talk about that here in just a minute, a little bit more in detail. Um, so um, the next, another form of punishment too is just removing treats. If you can do a quick form of punishment, if I have treats in my hand and the dog won't sit for me, I don't give them a treat. It's that simple. That's another form of punishment. So when you hear the word punishment, we associate a negative aspect there. Of, oh, you're going to hurt the dog, or the dog needs some sort of negative thing. Well, yes, they need something to deter them from doing it again. But if it's as simple as you're not getting my treat, and you're going to see some of these dogs are just so treat crazy or toy crazy that you take that away, it's like the end of the world, and they instantly start working for you. You'll see it's an incredible feeling when you see your dog do it for the first time, and then when they continue to do it for new behaviors. So that kind of sums up the punishment I wanted to talk about.